So, can manifestation backfire? This is a little bit of a warning, and don't be scared because although this can happen, it can backfire in a bad way. It's not the end of the world, and the way I will explain it is like, let's say if you try and manifest something, you try and manifest having more money, having a relationship, what it's going to do is it's going to expose to yourself, it's going to expose to you how your new life will be, and it will expose to you if you're not ready for that new life. So what I mean by that is when you try and manifest something, you're basically changing from one identity to another. And in order to do that, you need to actually let the old identity go away, right? You need to... hey! You need to let the old identity go away. And so the way you do that is by moving into the new identity and letting the old part of you die, or the old identity go away and become part of your history. The problem with that, and the way that this can backfire, is your ego is very powerful. Your ego is very strong, and it's the whole purpose of it is to keep you safe and to keep you in your comfort zone. Basically, that's where the ego is most comfortable. So when you try to manifest, what you're doing is you're basically moving out of your comfort zone and into a new life, into the unknown, into this new identity and this new reality where you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who you're going to be. You don't know who your friends are going to be. You don't know if you'll like it, if there'll be dangers. You'll have to do things differently. It's very uncertain. And so what tends to happen is that your ego, when you try and manifest, the way it backfires is that your ego will try and sabotage you. And the way this will look is you go through the motions, you try your affirmations, you try and change your life, and your ego, even subconsciously, you might not even be aware this is happening, but your ego will find all of the reasons why it won't work. It will find all the reasons why it shouldn't be for you, or why manifestation is doesn't work, or it's difficult, not possible for you, it's only possible for other people. Manifestation is only for people who get lucky, or they scam people in some way, or they find some loophole, or they just randomly get an opportunity. Your ego will start to come up with all these ideas and reasons to justify why you should just stay where you are. You should just stay in your comfort zone, stay in your old life, in your routine, stay at your current job, stay in your current relationship, whatever your comfort zone looks like for you. Your ego will sabotage you trying to manifest something different. And it makes sense, right? Your comfort zone is very familiar. You know how it works. You know what to expect. When you take the same route to and from work, when you do the same thing with your partner every day, when you don't put yourself out there and change, everything's very familiar. It's very comfortable, and you know exactly what to expect. There's no surprises, and because there's no surprises, to your ego's mind, to your ego, there's less danger. You're safer, basically. You're more comfortable and safe, which is fine. Your ego serves a purpose. It thinks, and it's trying to make you safe and trying to keep you safe and happy, comfortable. But really, when you are trying to manifest, there's a higher part of yourself. It's your ego's here, and for most of us, our ego is running the show. But when you try and manifest, you're actually coming from an awareness one step above, or several steps above the ego, to where you're saying, no, I've had enough of my comfort zone. I want to manifest something better, something different. But then the ego steps in and says, well, yeah, but we can't do that because it's not safe, it's uncertain, it's scary, it's unknown, and what if it doesn't work? What if it's scary? What if there's dangers? What if we fail? Right? And this is how manifestation backfires, because your ego will just sabotage you. So what you need to do, I'll give you the solution here, part of it at least, is you need to manifest in such a way that you expect your ego to try and sabotage it. Expect it, right? And when you shine a light on it, a lot of self-development and personal development is about awareness. When you shine a light on something, it's impossible for it to hide, right? And then once you become aware of it, once you know your ego is going to try and do this, just by you being aware of it, you make it much more difficult for the ego to do it. Because when let's say you start to manifest, and then you catch yourself, you hear yourself starting to think these thought patterns like, oh, why is it not working? Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm, who am I to deserve to be a millionaire, for example? And you catch yourself and you think, well, that's just the ego. That's the survival mechanism of the ego that wants to keep me in my comfort zone, stop me basically from going into the unknown. And then you can make a conscious decision. You can decide, okay, that's what the ego wants, but I've decided that I'm going to push through, and I am ready for the change, and I'm going to leave my comfort zone and manifest a different life. So that's how manifestation can backfire. The problem is, a lot of people get stuck at that first hurdle, and really the hurdle is just your ego. The best way to silence the ego is to keep doing the stuff regardless of how your ego, what thoughts come up. Just keep doing the things you can control. So keep going with your affirmations, keep visualizing, keep telling yourself and repeating the same story, the new identity shifting, right? That's A. And then B, through meditation. And meditation, it really doesn't matter what type of meditation, as long as you shut the mind off and do it for more than 5 minutes a day, ideally in the morning or the evening or both. Even better would be to do it both in the morning and the evening for roughly 5 to 15 minutes each time. And what the meditation will do is it will basically allow you to shut your brain off. So your ego will still be active, but you'll be more aware of it. You'll be more able to know whether this thought is coming from your ego or from your soul or from, what do you truly want this? Is it actually what you think and believe, or is it what your ego thinks and believes? Because it's trying to keep you in your comfort zone. And meditation is the best way of actually being able to tell the difference between the two. I have more information in my course. The link's in the description. But does this make sense? Has this happened to you, where you start trying to manifest and then you sabotage yourself because your ego wants, or you might think you want to stay in your comfort zone? Let me know.